Hello again, this is Steve Smith, the editor of PHC News Magazine. We're coming to you live from the AHR Expo. And we are glad to be back after 2 years when we weren't able to get together. It's always good to see a lot of faces. I can see a lot of people walking about on the aisles. I haven't had a chance myself to get out and see what's new and exciting at the booth, but I will shortly. We've been doing a series of interviews this morning and again this afternoon, live from our booth here. And we're going to do some more as well tomorrow. But my guest now is Kyle Spangler, the Director of Innovation and New Products from Aalberts Integrated Piping Systems. Kyle, thanks for coming by and tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
It's great to see a really packed show.
Yes,
we weren't really sure what to expect.
It was not either.
But yeah, this is great. Great turnout, and it's good to see everybody traveling. And pandemic's been challenging on everybody.
Very much.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about your professional career, how long you've been with Aalberts and that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been with Aalberts for about 5 years, started in our product management department, and recently started leading our innovation and new products, really focusing on driving customer-driven solutions into the marketplace, getting out into the market, finding out what our customers are dealing with and what we can do to solve those problems.
Good, good. Now, my first question, again, I've been with this magazine for, I don't know, 7, 8 years, but reporting on it since 1990. So I know some of your legacy brands like Apollo, Combraco, so of course.
Yeah.
And I think it's safe to say a lot of people still know those brands very much.
Sure, absolutely.
But let's back up a little bit. Let's talk about Aalberts Integrated Piping Systems. Can you tell us about how it all fits together?
Yeah, absolutely. So Aalberts Integrated Piping Systems is a global manufacturer. Right, we're headquartered in the Netherlands, but I'm here representing our Americas division, which is located in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
So in 2010, Aalberts acquired Combraco Industries, and our flagship product is the Apollo ball valve.
Right.
So that started in 1969, and we're still manufacturing valves in South Carolina, just like Combraco, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're heavily vertically integrated, and we do a lot of things ourselves and really pride ourselves on our American manufacturing footprint.
Very good. Well, Kyle, I mean, as the Director of Innovation and New Products, you can certainly tell us about innovative new products.
Yes.
What would I see at your booth when I get there?
Absolutely. So this year we're going to be showcasing our stainless steel press line, which I brought a couple demos here.
Okay.
And so press has been, sweeping through the market. It's got a lot of advantages that a lot of people are familiar with. And we've just introduced our stainless steel press line. This was really a global product development effort.
Yeah.
So our sister company, VSH, manufactures the press fittings for this. And then we manufacture the 3-piece ball valve. And then another sister company, Broen in Denmark, manufactures this single-piece valve here. So between all of that, we have a complete stainless steel press solution that we're bringing to market.
Okay.
Should be available in the summer of this year.
Oh, okay. So still not quite on the market yet?
Not on the market yet.
Okay.
This will be available in the summer.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. What's on the market now that we can talk about? I guess.
Right on the market now is we have our carbon press line.
Yeah. Okay.
We also have regular copper press as well. Full line of ball valves and butterfly valves and all sorts of different flow control devices.
Now, you obviously have an international footprint, so I am assuming with all you mentioned, you just rattled off a bunch of people that make these things for you, so that helps, I assume.
Right. Well, when we coordinate our development together, we focus on who has the core competencies, right? So the core competency for press technology is at VSH, so they are able to focus on that, and then we're able to work together and bring, this kind of solution, which is really the combined effort.
Okay. And what makes these, I guess, different from the competitors?
Right, absolutely. So with our valve here, we're branding our stainless steel press as Smart Press.
Smart Press.
And that's because it has several built-in safety features, right? So we have visual indication, right? So the color identification lets you know which type of sealing element that you have in there, which type of material. And then when these are pressed, this is going to break away, indicating to the user that it's
this part.
Correct.
Because I look at this camera, this yellow.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Also, inside this sealing element, it's kind of got a hexagonal geometry.
Yeah.
And when you insert the pipe, you can really feel that in there. And it helps control with the alignment and the orientation. Gives you a really professional look.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really a lot of the main features and benefits for it.
And I think I know the answer to this question, but what does some of this mean to the contractor, the installer putting this in then?
Right, so when you're installing stainless steel press, if you don't have that proper orientation, you're gonna have lots of slop in here, right? So I think a lot of the times when people are installing press, they think, hey, it's a press fitting, it's easy to do,
in there and
right?
It's done.
It's not a skilled kind of thing, and there is still a lot of technique that needs to be done. So what we try to do is build in those features so that we could eliminate some of that room for error during the installation.
You mentioned it hexagonal. Is that one of the features?
Right. It's not completely round. It has some like straight lines to it.
Okay. Okay. So smart, but foolproof as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
And like with a product like this, if you remove 3 of these bolts, the
Yeah.
center section swings down.
Yeah.
So then you're able to repair the valve in line without taking it all the way out.
Okay.
Whereas this one's more of a light duty, kind of single use, non-repairable type
And
valve.
some of the features you mentioned for this, are they apply for these too? Or
Correct.
Are there something different, unique to these that you can talk about?
So this one is really has to do with how we manufacture this valve. So we're able to, get a really cost-effective product with this drawn piece right here, and then we have these stainless steel connections then are laser welded on. So, yeah, this is just really looking for the lighter duty. How can we be really competitive in a fully automated assembly line?
And anything to say about this?
Yeah, so I mean, we have a full line of, this is just, a straight coupling, same indications here. This green indicates that it's EPDM, but you still have the same types of sealing elements that you would in the other products, helping with the orientation and alignment.
Okay. Well, you got quite an international story to tell. I mean, how do you put all these things together? This comes from one country, this comes from the United States.
Right.
How do you put it all? How does it work?
Right. So yeah. So what we do is when we talk about our global development, we're looking for VOC in the markets that we serve, right? So big part of my job is to go out to the contractor base and find out what challenges they're having.
Yeah.
What works in America doesn't always work in other places, but we still focus on where is that core competency at around the globe, and then partner with our sister companies to bring that all in.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And what do you hear from contractors about these things? What's on their minds?
Usually contractors want an available product. They want a low price point and all those things too.
Sure.
But they do appreciate the quality as well.
Right.
There's been a surge of lots of different press products coming out into the market, and so we try and really focus on delivering a high quality product at an affordable price.
Okay. And so the smart valves not on the market quite yet?
Yeah, it'll be roughly around June of this year.
June.
What
Okay.
we're looking at.
And I want to make sure I understood everything correctly, because I think you mentioned some things before, but at the booth, what might be brand new that's on the market? What can we go over that again?
Yeah, so we've got at our booth, we've got our full line of valves
Okay.
that we've been marketing since, like I said, the Apollo ball valve in 1969. We also have valves now that are outfitted with copper press fittings.
Okay.
We have our sure joint groove line there as well. We have a demo for our our carbon steel press.
Okay.
That you can go and try out if you want to see how to press a fitting.
All right, sounds good.
And then we're showcasing this line as well.
All right, perfect. Okay, good. Well, we talked quite a lot about these. I want to make sure that we've covered all the bases that you feel. Is there anything else we haven't discussed about? Because this sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, so yes, Aalberts gives us that global network that we're able to pull it into.
Okay.
But the other thing that we're definitely very proud of our American manufacturing footprint. We do a lot of vertical integration, whether it's the sand that we use for our castings, the machines that we use, the automation. We keep a lot of that in-house.
Yeah.
So I tell a lot of engineers that are coming to the company, it's a great place to really learn all of these different technologies, because you're able to see how, hands-on experience that, we couldn't provide at other companies. If our customers want to come see our processes, you don't need a visa, you don't have to travel halfway across the world. You can just come, we can go play golf together, and we can show you the foundry at the same time.
But I got to think, though, with the pandemic being what it is, obviously there's a lot of supply chain issues that we always hear from manufacturers.
Right.
And some of them are bringing products from overseas to the United States to sell.
Sure.
Some are just having difficulty getting raw material to make the products in the United States.
Yeah.
So what's going on with your company? How are you you got all these operations, it sounds like, all over the world.
Right.
Everybody's affected by this thing.
Right.
How are you having difficulty making everything you need, or how's that going?
Yeah, well, I would say that, you know, the pandemic has been challenging for everybody. We haven't been immune to some of those issues, whether it is getting a hold of material or, you know, labor shortages, and that's why we keep on investing in our processes, right? In our machinery, automation, robotics, because then we hopefully in the future will not have to face those issues.
Right.
So we're basically doubling down on that right now.
Very good. I think you need to be.
Yeah.
Everybody does. So, what can you tell us about the year ahead for the company?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the biggest investments that we've made this year right now is we're commissioning our copper press line to be manufactured in Pageland, South Carolina.
Okay.
So that was done before in one of their other global locations,
okay.
right? We're bringing that into South Carolina so we can control that process. We can improve our availability.
Okay.
And so that's a really big investment that we're doing.
When are you going to get that up and running?
That should be commissioning. We're starting to run off SKUs right now.
Okay.
So you know, I would say probably 2 quarters from now we'll be fully up and running.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. Anything else like that?
I mean, our next investment I'd say has been in our innovation, really. So we've started to dedicate personnel to really focusing on talking to our customers, getting out at shows like this, and trying to set up meetings, you know, and understand what those challenges are, right? We want to go to where the work's being done to find out, you know, where are the headaches, where can we then marry that with a technology that helps improve the overall customer experience, drive value, all those good things, right?
Good. Yeah.
But, you know, I think before we were trying to, you know, focus from maybe just an engineering point of view or from our point of view. So one thing I'm really trying to bring is that we get out into the market, we understand what those challenges are, we get our hands dirty and really try and solve some problems.
And all these things are probably extra difficult with being where we are, where you got to have a Zoom meeting instead of a face-to-face meeting. I take it, yeah.
Sure, and that's why we've been trying to take advantage of events like this.
Exactly,
and, in 2 weeks, we also do a lot of industrial products as well. In 2 weeks, I'll be going to Houston to meet with some of the end users down there for a conference on LNG and hydrogen.
Okay.
We've got several meetings set up there where we'll do just exactly that. We'll showcase a couple products to these customers, but then also kind of get their feedback and understand what they're looking for in their products.
You mentioned, it made me think of, we've talked about a lot of good products, but the applications, the markets, what are those like? Are there some more promising than others? The markets themselves, I guess, is what I'm asking.
Sure. I mean, so, you know, we've been looking at healthcare, data centers.
Yeah, data centers is something I hear more and more.
Right. So yeah, those are 2 that are, I'd say, a pretty big focus for us right now. You know, a lot of these valves, the applications can be pretty ubiquitous, but yeah, as far as a focus on innovation, where we're going to look is we think there's opportunities in those 2 in particular. Good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to wrap it up. If a contractor, wholesale engineer wants to find out more about the company, how can they do that? How's the best way? Yeah, so today we're here at booth 1530. Yeah, right. And yeah, come down to Charlotte and we'll take you to our facilities. Love to have tours. Do you give those regularly? I mean, yeah, absolutely. All day long we are having tours at our facilities. It's a great thing for us to be able to showcase what we do. Oh yeah. We've got American flags all over the place. It helps to see all these things. Yes, absolutely. And I think it gives our customers they get to come see the operation, right? They get to go to the back of the house. They get to see how the sausage is made, so to speak, right? And so it's really something special that we have. It was one thing that drew me to the company personally. Good. Well, any other last words of wisdom that you could give us about the state of the world, the industry, all those good things? I mean, the outlook for 2022 looks really promising. It does. Okay. You know, there's still a lot of activity. I think all of us were caught off guard by how quickly things came back. But it looks, we have a really strong outlook for 2022, and we're going to continue to invest in our facilities, invest in innovation, and bringing, you know, the next generation products to the market. Good. Yeah. Well, Kyle, I think we've covered a lot of good things. Yeah. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, thanks for having me, Steve. And again, you guys are at booth C1530, 1530. Yes, sir. 1530. Yes, okay, sir. I know ourselves, we're going to come see you, so sounds good. We'll be there and check everything out. Come press some fittings. I want to, absolutely. Well, thanks again for coming by. Absolutely. And enjoy the show, and we'll come see you soon. Thanks a lot. thanks to Kyle for stopping by. We're going to take another little bit of a break and then come back for some more interviews live here at our booth at AHR Expo.